Hello everyone, this is Football Talks. I'm Adam. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. And today I want to talk about Grimsby being kicked out of the Carabao Cup. Yep, you know why. I'm sure you have heard the story. I have passed this off and forgotten about it, but everyone keeps on talking about it. So I want to ask the question to the audience, to everybody watching this, the viewers. Please comment below your reasons why Grimsby should be in and why they should not be in. Let's break down exactly what's happened here and why Grimsby are being thought to be getting away with it, I think, with a few people. Now, obviously, as a Man United fan myself, I was just completely embarrassed by what happened to Manchester United in the Cup. I've passed this off as a nothing story because I was that angry and annoyed with my team losing to a League Two side in the Carabao Cup. Fine. Don't want to be in the competition. We lost fair and square in my eyes. The player that actually was fielded, that wasn't supposed to be on the field, was the only player, by the way, to miss a penalty. So, in theory, he didn't even help Grimsby win anything in that cup tie. Yeah, he featured. He played 20 minutes. It's Clark Odoa is the player that's in question here. Now, all of that from a Man United fan's perspective and looking at it, I think, have we just been lackadaisical in thinking that because we got beat by a League Two side, we shouldn't even go near this. We shouldn't even appeal this and go back to the EFL and say, this is not right. We should be reinstated. Basically, and I've heard people talking about this. I've heard a few opinions now, which is why I wanted to gauge the Football Talks community opinion on this. But I listened to Talk Sport, and I think it was Jason Kunde who was talking about this. When you break it down, Grimsby broke the rules. Why are they getting away with it? But they broke the rules. The rules are there for a reason. They broke the rules and they should be kicked out of the competition. It's as simple as that. And I'm thinking, okay, yeah, 1 minute. Whether it's 1 minute or not, you still broke the rules. And there is other clubs throughout the EFL, through the Premier League, that have broken rules and been punished severely for doing so. You didn't get the player registered in time. You should be kicked out of the competition. You cheated. In other words, it sounds a bit harsh, doesn't it? I can't help that. My normal thoughts in this are, this is just a bit pathetic. You're scraping the barrel here a little bit, aren't you? And you are really embarrassing as a big club like Manchester United, trying to pull the EFL on this and try and get yourselves reinstated because there was a player that wasn't registered in time by 1 minute. They owned up to it, and obviously they have now been fined. 20 grand fine, 10 grand of that suspended. Actually, it does seem a little bit lenient, doesn't it? I know there's not a lot of money in the EFL, and you might feel sorry for teams, and they're in the competition. Surely you could have got more out of them. I'm sure they're making more than that regarding getting into the next round. So they progress to the third round, and then it all continues and goes on. Everyone forgets about it because it's Grimsby. Everyone's still laughing at Manchester United, and yes, we deserve to go out of the Carabao Cup. But that comment again there, you still broke the rules. And another interesting part of this, and another thing that people are bringing up in this, what if it was Manchester United and it was on the other foot? Now you're talking. This, I think, would open up a whole new debate, and I guarantee that because it was Manchester United, I know what, this could be any Premier League club or a big club, if one of them teams did it, who are also abiding by the rules of the EFL and the Carabao Cup, if one of them teams did it, what would have happened then? That's the point I think a lot of people are probably trying to get across right now. Some people are saying Manchester United should be reinstated into the Carabao Cup. I listened to Jason Cundy on TalkSport and he said United lost and they should just stay out, but Grimsby should be kicked out. Well, that doesn't work either, does it? Then you're missing one team and the whole draw gets mixed up. So how do you decide who actually stays in the competition? You can't have one being kicked out and one stay out. That doesn't add up, and you can't have a draw. And so there has to be one team from that tie that goes through, does there not? So where I get what he's saying, I get the point of they broke the rules, they need to be punished, they need to be kicked out of the competition. Any other club in the Premier League would have the same thing. And I guarantee you, if it was on the other foot, Grimsby would be really on top of this because of their survival money in the EFL, so on and so forth. Is it just because it's a Premier League side, nobody's really batting an eyelid and they're just trying to brush this off? I've seen several journalists now come out on social media saying credit to Manchester United for not actually pursuing this. And then some people, and it's one of them situations that if you sit down and actually think about it, break everything down and talk about it more, And I do believe, like I said at the start of this video, that it's just been passed off because United were embarrassing and they lost the game on penalties. It was just 1 minute that the player missed by. It's Grimsby. You shouldn't have been beaten by them anyway. If United had won that game and this had happened to one of their players and we didn't register him in time, there's no way that Manchester United would still be in this competition. Everybody would be kicking up high hell. Look, I, as a United fan, don't want to be in this competition. For me, we were beaten fair and square. That is only my opinion. This is why I'm asking the audience and everybody else watching the video what they thought of it and what they think should happen here with Grimsby. Do you agree with what, like Jason Cundy said? Do you think that both teams should be out? But it makes no sense for the numbers. That's how I looked at that one. And do you think that because it's 1 minute and they owned up to it, they should be able to get away with it? I think it's just one of them really interesting talking and debating what really is right and what's wrong here with this. But it's Grimsby, it's United. It was a great night for them. You don't want to really take anything away from their achievement, but you broke the rules. You broke the bleeding rules. And that, I think, is where the whole argument carries on. I mean, when you look at it, so the whole system, the whole setup of this and the breakdown of it was the EFL board today have fined, and this was yesterday, Grimsby Town Football Club 20,000, of which 10,000 will be suspended until the end of the season 2025-26 for having breached the rules of the competition. The breach relates to the club fielding an ineligible player against Manchester United in the second round on the 27th of August. Grimsby Town progressed to round 3 following a 12-11 penalty shootout win at Blundell Park. Grimsby Town missed the deadline to register Clark Odua by 1 minute, and once their mistake became apparent, they reported it to the EFL. Therefore, it was eventually decided that a fine was a more appropriate punishment instead of being thrown out of the Carabao Cup. So because Grimsby broke the rules and then they reported it to the EFL instead of the EFL picking up on it, it's okay. Right, all right. I went through a 30 mile an hour zone at 37 miles an hour. And because I reported it, I get away with it. There's different circumstances you can bring in. It's like, I don't get it. Like, rules are rules. You break the law, you break the law. You break the rules, you break the rules. Who reports it really shouldn't really matter, should it? You're still done wrong. And that's, I think, what everyone's picking up. Oh, okay, because they reported it, it's okay. I don't know, it's scraping the barrel again, and it is like sour grapes and all that. You could say, look, I've said this and I made my point clear from the start. I'm just trying to grasp where everyone is at right now with this. And this is why I wanted to ask the question, because I've not brought it up. And obviously everyone knows I do football talks here and Forever United TV. So I wanted to see where everyone else was at with this. Neutral fans, Man United fans, Grimsby fans, anyone watching, anyone actually talking about it. What do you think? Get into the comments section below and let me know what your thoughts are on this. Should Grimsby have got away with it just because they went forward and told the EFL that they had broken the rules and therefore the EFL were lenient on them? Rules are rules. They're not there to be broken. And they've got away with one here in a lot of people's eyes. Are you bothered? Let me know. Get into the comment section below, everybody. Pop a like on the video if you're enjoying the content. And, of course, make sure you hit that subscribe button up on your screen there. Cheers for watching, everybody.